All right, I'm just gonna try to process what happened, okay? Because this is insane. What I just experienced with Game of Thrones. I'm gonna try to remain as calm as I possibly can in this review, because I cannot believe the amount of things they did in this episode, the finale specifically. But this is going to be the season 5 recap of Game of Thrones. Part 1, and then of course I'll do part 2. This is going to be a recap of the first 5 episodes, then we'll do the last 6 episodes, and we'll do, that kind of thing. But, I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, I am at a complete loss for words when it comes to this show right now. Absolutely. So, I've seen all 10 episodes. We're going to go over the first 5. Then in the part 2, we'll go over episode 6 and all the way to 10. But I'm specifically freaking out over the last 3 episodes. Those episodes blew my mind, man. I mean, just trying to process everything they did. Okay, so let's just talk about what they did in this season. But I want to save, anyway, we'll just start off. Okay, so the first 5 episodes of season 5. So what did I think of that? So I want to start off with probably, I would say, the most interesting story arc going on around this season would be the stuff with Tyrion. So Tyrion, of course, one of the best characters in the show, probably my favorite or close to my favorite at this point, either him or, Jon Snow. But, yeah, so, anyway, you got that. And then, of course, now, Jon Snow, we'll get to that. But, anyway, so, the stuff with Tyrion. Okay, so the stuff with Tyrion. So, Lord Varys comes back. Of course, him and Tyrion, he's gotten him in a box this whole time. So, yeah, he's been in a box, and, he grew a little bit of a beard. He's drinking wine, and pretty much they decide to go and just try to see if they can meet Queen Daenerys. And anyway, they stop for a little drink, whatever. Tyrion goes to pee, and then, boom, rope around his mouth. And you got Ser Jorah, who of course got kicked out last season, and he says, I'm going to be taking you to the Queen. So he's going to be taking Tyrion to the Queen. Of course, then, that's kind of where we leave off for the, first 5 episodes where he's, held captive on his way to go meet Queen Daenerys. So that was cool. Then the stuff with Jon Snow at the North of the Wall. So in the first episode, you actually get to see the lead of the wildlings get burnt alive until Jon Snow kind of shoots him with an arrow, and because he just couldn't watch it, and he wanted to kind of, pretty much not let him die in such a brutal way. So he shoots him with an arrow. So, yeah, that's that. So then, of course, we also get the idea that Jon Snow is going to be the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, which is pretty cool. Castle Black, Night's Watch. Night's Watch. So, anyway, so, sorry about that. Anyway, so, he is, of course, the Lord Commander of that, and, you also have got, Tormund in there. He's kind of joining Jon Snow at this time, and, you got all that stuff going on. And, then I also want to talk about the stuff with Daenerys, because you get to see the Sons of Harpies, and that scene at the end of episode 4, where you get to see pretty much the Sons of Harpies who attack the two men or whatever, 2 of the, I forget their names, I'm so sorry, but you get the one soldier or whatever, and then the other one that has, like, whitish hair or whatever, that are on, that fight for Daenerys or whatever. Of course, the older guy that's been there since, like, season 1, he doesn't make it. And you do get the other guy that does make it and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that battle in episode 4 was really cool as well. So anyway, you got that stuff with Daenerys, and then the stuff with Arya. Now, the stuff with the face man, it's kind of creepy, kind of interesting, but I would have to say my least favorite story arc at this time of Game of Thrones, the stuff with Arya. It got better near the end of season 5, but some of that stuff with Arya really did not need to last as long as it did. So, yeah, I guess that's, yeah. yeah, so we got that stuff. Then you also get the idea that Sansa Stark will be having to marry Ramsay, which is like terrible because if you think about it, she, first, okay, Sansa has had it bad, okay? First she has to marry, Joffrey, and then, as if it couldn't get bad enough, right? Now Ramsay, so it's like, man, you gotta feel for Sansa. You really gotta, feel bad for Sansa. So that's that. So also you get Jaime and Bronn, who do get captured, but they also fight those 4 people in like the desert or whatever and all that kind of stuff. That was some pretty exciting stuff with the sword fight, that type of deal. So I found that was a pretty interesting storyline, yeah, there's that. You've also got Cersei in there and her at King's Landing. I could care less about it, but the council meetings, it's getting smaller, like they said, so that's something. But anyway, so that's pretty much that. I'm trying to think if that's it, but I think that's pretty much it, actually. I think I pretty much recapped what happened in Game of Thrones Season 5. I mean, you had Jon Snow, who cut off the head of that other guy who didn't want to do what Jon Snow ordered him to do, so he cut off his head. He didn't, show mercy, that type of deal. So that's that. So anyway, that's that. I'll come back for episodes, 6 through 10, which is probably the peak of Season 5, for sure, those last 3 episodes or so, but anyway, first 5 episodes of Season 5, really, really enjoyable, though, and I want to hear from you now what you thought if you're rewatching this with me, or just what you thought of this when you saw it, because, really, I mean, I'm late getting to the game. I'm late getting to reviewing Game of Thrones, so I want to hear from you now what you think. And anyway, guys, these first 5 episodes really great, but I can't wait to get to the part 2 where I review episodes 6 through 10, mainly episodes 8, 9, and 10. So anyway, guys, catch you guys for that. Peace out.